What is up, YouTube? It's your girl Kels. It's been a hot minute since I filmed the video, really. So clearly I've just been going through a lot of shit, and I'm not gonna make excuses for myself. I'm gonna just get into it. I get asked so much about my hair and like, what do you do to it and all this stuff. And this video that I'm making right now is gonna be my top 10 curly hair tips, like how to grow your curly hair and just like tips in general on having curly hair and things that I be doing, because everybody be asking and I got you, so I'm gonna get right into it. I even have some products here to show you that I could recommend, and I did write this stuff down because there's about 10 tips about, yeah. All right, so number uno, guys, take your vitamins, biotin, hair, skin, and nails, anything. The ones that I recommend all day: Sugar Bear vitamins. These are bomb, but these are more on the pricier side, so it's up to you. But if you don't want to do these, opt for these. Like, these are literally like a Walmart or even like dollar store brand. Having vitamins for your hair is obviously like a must. Like, vitamins in general are just really good. When there's biotin and vitamin C and all that stuff, it's all really good for your hair. So just take your vitamins, because I'm telling you, after like 3 months of being on vitamins, you'll notice a difference. Number 2. Do not use heat. Do not use heat. Or if you have to use heat, reduce it as much as possible, because heat on your hair is a recipe for disaster, because heat damage, it's gonna dry out your hair, it's gonna frizz out your hair, and like, you don't need to put heat. You can do other things. Like, for example, I blow dry my hair, but I don't use heat. I use my hair, like, I blow dry my hair with a cold setting. Like, there's options on blow dryers to use cold rather than hot. So like, do that, because heat is just not good for your hair. Everybody says that, and it's not a lie. It's really not good for your hair. And numero 3. Do not wash your hair every day. Do not. See, this is something that I learned, because I never really used to wash my hair every day, but like, I would wash it like 4 times a week. Sometimes I'd wash it like 4 times. And then I'd realize like my curls just weren't really sitting right. Like, there were some curls that looked weird. Some were like really big. Others were really small. Others were just like, it just looked dry. And I was using like moisturizing products. So I was like, what's going on here? Like, what's going on? Then I watched a video by a hairstylist, Mains by Mel. Shout out to her, because I'd be learning like everything from her channel. Channel is literally so informative, and I learned so much from her. So shout out to her. And I learned from her, as I was saying, is that moisture overload, that's a funny word. Moisture overload, dude, that is a real thing. If you use too much moisturizing products in your hair, you're gonna over moisturize your hair. It's crazy. I know, it sounds really weird. She'll explain it better. I'm not a professional, but I just can understand the concept. I just couldn't really explain it fully to you. But just using too many, like, you know how they say using too much of a good thing isn't always a good thing? Well, exactly this. You do not want to use too much moisturizing products to moisturize your hair, because it's actually going to do the complete opposite. You're going to go into moisture overload, and then your hair, oh, look at that knot, girl, wow. But you're going to go into moisture overload, and not only that, it's going to dry out your hair. And when you hear moisture overload, doesn't it kind of sound contradicting? Like, oh, moisture overload, like I'm going to have an overload of moisture. No, sis, your hair's going to be dry as shit. So don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Number 4, guys. 4. Trim your hair and ends often. See, now, I'm going to say this right now. I don't trust anybody to cut my hair. I don't trust anybody to do anything on me in general. The only things that I get done are my nails, my lashes. That's about it. I cut my own hair. I do my own eyelashes. I mean, not eyelashes, eyebrows. And I dye my own hair. I do all that stuff by myself, but like, I'm keeping it as natural as possible, so I haven't really dyed it in like a year. But when I say this, it's because I have had awful experiences going into hair salons, and like, I'm like, oh, just cut off a little bit. But what these people don't understand, yo, is that curly hair be shrinking. Yeah, it be shrinking. So what I mean by that is, look how long my hair be, like down to here. So it shrinks, clearly. So when you cut curly hair, you don't know what's gonna happen if you're not going to a curly hair specialist. And honestly, I have not found one around here, and I don't trust people with my hair, because it was a process to get it to where it is, and I will not allow anybody to touch it. Because I remember back in the day, I'd go to hair salons and I'd be like, oh my god, I love it so much, yes, and I leave and I'm like, I fucking hate it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if I'm the only one with that, like, I feel like everybody does that. They'd be lying to their hairstylist. Like, oh my God, yes, I love it so much, sis. And then in reality, you go home and you're like, I literally hate it and I want to die. Or maybe I'm just dramatic. I don't know. I think I'm dramatic. But I just don't like anybody touching my hair. So with that being said, I trim my own hair. And by trim my own hair, I do it when it's wet. So I'll like brush it out. I'll like fluff it out, you know, let the natural wet curl pattern start. And then I'll just literally go in. You can't really, like, wow, that's really bad. But like you just go in and you just literally just trim. And like you just gotta like see where like, so you grab the ends of your hair, you pull them out and you see where there's like excess curls like that you want to trim. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be a process if you don't know how to do it and it's your first time cutting your hair, but I just recommend don't get too scissor happy because you have curly hair. So just be careful. Just be very careful and just take it like step at a time. Like take it like one curl at a time, cut them dead ends off, and girl, you're gonna see they gonna be growing and they gonna look good and so cute. So yes, trim your hair. And if you don't want to trim your hair, if you don't trust yourself, then girl, just go to a hairstylist. Just go do it. But I don't recommend that because I just do my own hair. So you do what you do. You do as you see fit. Okay? Now, number 5. Scalp massages. Okay. You need to, when you're shampooing, and I barely shampoo, but when you shampoo, you need to be massaging that shit into your scalp because all this like buildup at your scalp it's all there. And if you're not like, for example, this is the one that I use. It is the Max Soft hair. It's like the bristles are like rubbery, and I thought the shit would get caught in my hair, but it does not. Literally, I put shampoo in my hair and I just massage it. Like I literally do it in circles and I'm all over because the circulation in your scalp, it really helps the hair follicles like open up and it helps your hair grow. And I know that people are like, what, scalp massage? Girl, I said the same thing. But then I watched Mins by Mel and I seen her doing it and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it. And I tried it and have not gone back. So just do it. And if you don't want to do it, then don't do it. But you're not gonna have your hair grow as much as you want, girl. So yeah. And even if it's like not with shampoo, make sure you're even putting oils on your scalp. Oh, and this is actually kind of along the same lines. If you go to the beach, this is all a tip within itself. Sunscreen your scalp. Like all this visible stuff, sunscreen that. That is so damaging. Like just like going to a tanning bed, just like getting a tan or anything. It's damaging. It's open skin. So hide that shit from the sun. Make sure you're hiding it from the sun because that'll also protect your hair like greatly. Whoo, guys, we are halfway done. About to be on number 6, which is I know my hair needs moisture. Sometimes it needs protein. It really depends. It's hard for me this is a tip where like you need to know your own hair. Like I don't know your hair. So like you need to know what your hair needs, whether it's moisture, whether it's protein. You know what I mean? Like you need to know that about your hair. And I can't really tell you how to know that. I just know. But you just have to know what your hair needs. And for example, sometimes I need moisture, but then there's times I need protein. But too much protein will dry my hair out and too much moisture will dry my hair out. So I have to do like a balance of both. And like by a balance of both, I highly recommend these 2 masks. Well, excuse me. I recommend this one 150% by Shea Moisture because Shea Moisture is just bomb. And it's the Shea Moisture Manuka Honey and Yogurt Hydrate and Repair Protein Power Treatment. Now, this is something else. This is gonna make your hair feel amazing after a wash. And even like this one, it's the extra strength hydrate and repair argan oil of Morocco. This is a moisturizing one. I go in between both because it really, again, it just depends what your hair needs. And I keep touching my hair because it's like really bothering me. Like, what is going on, sis? But yeah, so make sure that you are providing your hair with the stuff that it needs and you're not putting things that you don't need into your hair because like that's just like gonna be bad. Just like know what your hair needs. Make sure you're putting the proper stuff into it. You know what I mean? Like listen to your hair just like you listen to your body with food. Listen to your hair. It'll literally tell you what it needs. So that's tips number 6. And let's get into tip number 7. Deep condition at least 1 to 2 times a week. And if you're not deep conditioning, at least pre-poo your hair. Like put some type of, no, deep condition at least once or twice a week, because your hair needs a good reset. And a deep condition will definitely do that. And it will definitely give you moisture. It'll definitely clean out your hair. Just deep condition once to twice a week, and you will literally notice a difference within a month and a half. I promise. Okay, guys. I don't even know. Ocho? Number 8. This is pretty hypocritical of me because my hair is up right now. But this is not tight. It's a scrunchie. It's very much loose. So let me just say, number 8 is do low manipulation styles. And by that, I mean, do not be brushing your hair back. Like, do not be slicking it to your head. Don't pull it back. Your hair's curly. It's not meant to do that. Don't do that, okay? I mean, you can once in a while, but just don't. Like, it's so pretty. Just let that shit be. Like, let it be out and just flowing. You know what I'm saying? Don't do really tight styles. Like, again, sometimes it's okay, but like if you're doing it constantly, that's not good for your hair. And you're going to be pulling your hair back in a different way. You're going to be manipulating your curl pattern. You're going to be manipulating the way your hair falls. So just make sure that, like, if you are doing those styles, it's not really often, because you're going to tame your hair to be put in the way in which you're doing it. Like this. Like, for example, my hair is in this phase right now. Though it's not tight, it looks tight, but it's very much loose. It's in this phase where, like, right now, because I've been doing this, like, upward style, like, I'll wash my hair and all my hair just kind of wants to go up because it's so used to it. So that's why I said it's kind of hypocritical of me, but like, this really isn't tight. So just do you ultimately, because like, I'm gonna do me regardless. I'm still gonna do this hairstyle because it fits my face and I like it. I think it's cute, but just don't do like super tight styles. Don't brush your hair back, and please do not brush your hair when it's dry. Do not do that, please. That's so bad for your hair. You are gonna literally rip your shit out if you're not already ripping it out in the shower when it's wet, because when I tell you I be losing hair, I be shedding. So it's worse when you wash your hair. I mean, when you dry your hair and try to brush it, because that's gonna just be a big lion's mane. It's gonna be like, bah! You know what I'm saying? You don't want that. All right, guys, number 9. We're almost done. Protect your hair when you sleep. Okay, I can't stress this enough. Sleep with a bonnet on. Yes, a bonnet. Sleep with the bonnet on. Get one off Amazon. Get one from the freaking dollar store. Do something. Make sure it's silky. Don't get, like, you know what I mean? Or even like a satin headscarf or whatever. Not satin. A silk hair scarf, a silk bonnet, a silk pillowcase. Make sure you're protecting your hair when you sleep, because it's going to be like a lot of friction when you're tossing and turning. I don't know about you, but I sleep like an animal. I sleep on the left side of the bed and I'll wake up at the bottom. Like, okay, that's a little much, but you know what I mean? Like, I really do move around a lot. So if my hair's not protected, it's going to be like, yeah, I don't know what those those sound effects were, but you know what I mean? It's gonna be like everywhere, and you don't want that. You want your shit to be secured on the top of your head, so then in the morning you let it down, you shake it out, and it's like up there, and it's volumized, and it's popping, girl. So that's numero 9. And last, but certainly not least, make sure you are detangling your hair with the proper detangling tools. Make sure you're not using just any brush. Do not just use any brush. No. Okay, so I have a couple that I'm gonna recommend right now, because I have like, I've literally experimented with so many, and I find these 2 to work, but like this is just the OG. If you have a wide tooth comb, use a wide tooth comb. If your hair is very thin, use a wide tooth comb. This gets stuck in my hair, so I don't use this, but I have it just for shows, so I can show you guys for shits and giggles. But girl, let me put you onto these. There's all hair falling out. That's disgusting. But all right, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, this one, the Tangle Teaser, is my, wow, look at that, all the hair in it. Ew. This Tangle Teaser is bomb. You can get it on Amazon, you can get it on Ulta, you can get it anywhere. It's bomb. The bristles in this brush are like so thin. They don't have those little balls like a regular traditional brush that doesn't get caught in your hair. So I highly, highly recommend this one. If you don't really like that one, I kind of alternate in between the Tangle Teezer or the Bee Stool brush, which is this one. This one is pretty mint, if I do say so. Like, these bristles all are, like, you can separate them. So this is right here. You see these, like, little rows here? You can make the brush, like, customizable to you. So how you like to use it, you can do that. These bristles all are, like, separate. So they're, like, little tiny, let me show you. See? They're, like, little tiny combs all, like, connected together. You see what I'm saying? This is bomb because it doesn't rip out your hair. Like, when you're brushing it, but it won't rip. Like, it'll literally, like, the comb will get stuck because there's a knot, so you have to go back and do it. So I highly recommend these two 100%. And not only just that, make sure you are detangling your hair when it is wet. I've already said that, but I'm gonna say it again because I highly, 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 highly stress this. Do not brush your hair when it's dry, only wet. And if you are brushing it wet, I'm gonna put you on to this product because if you have curly hair, you know the struggle. You know the struggle, girl, of detangling. I do, and it fucking sucks. So this Tresemme curls. Oh wait, Tresemme combing cream, flawless curls, detangle and nourish cream. This is bomb. This is like a leave-in / detangler, and this works so good. I love this, and it really helps get the knots out, so I highly recommend that. My tea had to make an appearance. And not only that, if your hair's not if your hair is like not too knotty, then you don't have to use that because it is like a cream, so it may or may not weigh your hair down if it's coarse. So it really depends. Like, it really depends on your hair, but this is just my recommendations. And again, if you don't have like a really knotty problem like myself, then fine, don't use that. But make sure you're using a anti-breakage product when detangling. So I use the Redken 5th Avenue Extreme Anti-Snap Anti-Breakage Leave-In Treatment for Distressed Hair. Whenever I detangle, I use this because, first of all, it smells bomb, and it's an anti-break serum. So, like, you put it in your hair, and you, like, literally just, like, you know what I mean? You know how to do it. You just put it all in there, and then you just brush it, and, like, it's weird. Like, it's, like, normally, like, when I brush my hair with, like, anything, like, with nothing, my hair is just, like, it's shedding. But when I use that, like, I don't really get a lot of breakage. So, again, I really, really recommend that. And, yeah, so that's my 10 tips to grow out your hair. Well, tips to grow your hair and to take care of your hair, because I get asked a lot. If there's like any other videos that you guys are interested in or any other questions, like, please let me know, because I do have some other content ideas coming, but they're not really like 150% requested, so it's okay. I'm gonna still do it anyway because I have to get back on my grind. But yes, those are my top 10 tips. Do you need a recap? I don't think you need a recap. Just rewind and then subscribe and like and comment if you enjoyed the video. If you didn't, you should still comment, like, and subscribe anyway, sis, because, like, I'm giving you all of it. I'm giving you the best ideas. I mean, the best tips. So, girl, get me back. All right, guys, my 10 tips on how to grow your curly hair and take care of your curly hair. If you guys have any other questions or like any type of suggestions in which you guys would like for me to film, please let me know. I'd be happy to. But I do have a couple other videos coming, so stay tuned on my channel. And again, if you enjoyed this video, please comment, like, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. Bye.